On 7's Gold Coast News, a powerful lightning storm lights up our skies. Disaster season begins.
An alleged teenage motorbike gang chased through the streets.
Gold Coast takes over. The new ministry stacked with our own MPs.
Coldplay dreams. The legendary Chris Martin serenades a Mermaid Beach couple.
Plus, a very special milestone for our own Steve Titmus. We look back at 40 years in television.
Live from the Gold Coast, 7 News with Amanda Abate and Steve Titmus.
Good evening, everyone. The Gold Coast was treated to a spectacular lightning show last night as a severe thunderstorm rolled in.
Our southern suburbs copped the worst of the wild weather with hand-sized hail pelting homes and cars.
The Gold Coast turning purple, putting on a show.
Smashes of lightning and thunder.
Explosive thunder.
I saw it coming in. The sky was almost black.
Loads of lightning.
Just over the border in Benora,
Jesus Christ.
backyards blanketed in hand-sized hail. This in Terranora.
Ow!
Cars covered in anything their owners could find.
Cars copping it. Mattresses on there.
The sudden downpour dampening the spirits of trick-or-treaters.
Girls okay? Stay here, that's fine.
Roofs were also hammered.
That's crazy. There are holes smashed in from the hail.
Copped a few on the head, a few on the shoulder.
In the 24 hours to 9 a.m. today, Lower Springbrook recorded 43 millimetres of rain. 26 fell in Coolangatta, the same at Tellabudgera Creek Dam, as well as Little Narang Dam.
They're being caused by a trough system sweeping through the southeast, which is interacting with some unstable air.
It's back to blue skies here in Coolangatta today, but with disaster season now officially here, we're being reminded to make sure we're prepared.
Trim the trees, clean the gutters and make sure you've got your emergency kit ready to go.
Because the next storm could strike at any moment. Paige Van Lunteren, 7 News.
Now for a look at what's ahead. Michelle, we're on storm watch again.
Yes, and it didn't take long for the radar to fire up today. By early afternoon, very dangerous thunderstorms had formed. The first cells appeared on the radar west of the Gold Coast hinterland around 2 o'clock. A few cells headed for the coast, but the most dangerous storms swung north towards the Scenic Rim and Logan and just skirted parts of the northern Gold Coast. The Bureau is warning there is still the chance of a thunderstorm, possibly severe this evening. All the ingredients were right for storms today, with yesterday's heat and humidity hanging around. It was 18 to 27 degrees at the Seaway, 15 to 29 at Canungra. We'll be back soon with the latest look at the radar and, of course, the weekend forecast.
Very important. We'll catch you then. Police spent last night chasing down an alleged teenage motorbike gang on the Gold Coast Highway, with 2 boys now arrested and charged. Sam Payne joins us live now, and Sam, there was a dozen of them.
Yes, Dave. Police say there was actually 20 to 30 of them driving on our city's roads, filmed by a member of the public as they gathered at a stoplight before doing wheelies and hitting high speeds. Police started tracking the group in Broadbeach through the camera network and were able to intercept 2 riders in Gaven. They arrested 2 16-year-old boys and hit them with multiple charges, including driving unregistered vehicles and without licences. They'll face court in November while they continue to look for the other riders. Amanda?
Okay, Sam Payne reporting. Newly elected Premier David Crisafulli has revealed his ministry trusting his fellow Gold Coasters with prime spots. A quarter of the new cabinet is from our city, but in a surprising twist, Mudgeeraba MP Ros Bates missed out on the health portfolio.
Familiar faces on the Gold Coast gearing up to lead the state.
I promised Queenslanders a fresh start, and this is the team to deliver it.
Crisafulli's cabinet sworn in. Member for Bonnie Sam O'Connor is taking on housing as well as public works and youth. Surfers Paradise MP John Paul Langbrook is in charge of education and the arts, while Currumbin's Laura Gerber is the Minister for Youth Justice, Victim Support and Corrective Services.
My priority is to make sure that Queenslanders feel safe in their homes again, that they feel safe when they go to open up their businesses again, and that our police have the laws they need to do their job.
As for Mudgeebar's Ros Bates,
I've taken the fight up to the Palaszczuk Miles Labor government for the last 7 years. I've gone through 3 health ministers.
but missed out on the health portfolio.
Following the election, Ros asked me and said that she would serve in any capacity, but she said that she would like an opportunity to have a different role.
She will instead be the Minister for Finance, Trade, Employment and Training. Tim Nichols appointed to Health.
Looking forward to a new challenge, a fresh start for me personally.
The Premier says it's a promotion and denies breaking any promises.
I promised you it would be the same people leading this team, and the same 20 people will be sitting around the cabinet table.
Their first meeting is on Monday.
And then the hard work begins.
Mel Whiteman, 7 News.
A Gold Coast couple has had the adventure of a lifetime invited on stage during Coldplay's concert in Melbourne. They travelled all the way from Mermaid Beach and they say it was certainly worth it.
Noticed by legendary singer Chris Martin.
I've been singing this song for Tanya and for Facundo.
A special sign getting this Mermaid Beach couple on stage.
He started saying like, all right, let's see some signs. And then he, like Chris, read mine and he was like, all right, you too.
He proposed to me to Everglow. Okay, I'm the lucky man. But what you haven't specified is if you answered. Okay, you did answer. All right, that's okay.
After years of loving Coldplay,
I think I blacked out for a minute and almost passed out at that moment.
To them, this song is about as sentimental as it gets. For more reasons than one.
Me and my partner, I lost my mom a few years ago and he lost his dad a few years ago. When I used to listen to this song before he proposed, it would take me back to my mom.
Now they've got one more special memory to add to the list. Madeline Goldberger, 7 News.
Oh, well, another nice story now. Steve is celebrating a special milestone, 40 years in television media. He says he started young and has survived many changes, but his passion for what we do is still the same.
Southern Cross Nightly News. First at 6.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Steve Titmus. Good evening, I'm Steve Titmus. Good evening, everyone. I'm Steve Titmus.
Steve Titmus, news presenter, father-to-be, needs to increase muscle tone.
Earning his stripes as a rookie reporter in Hobart back in 1984. It wasn't known then that the station's neighbour became Port Arthur shooter Martin Bryant.
He used to walk through the car park and we used to tell him that it wasn't appropriate. It was really eerie when he got charged with that massacre.
A young whippersnapper Steve climbed the ranks.
Queensland's Trevor Hendy has turned in an awesome performance to win his 3rd Australian Ironman title.
Snapped up by 7 Adelaide in their sports department.
Covering the birth of the AFL side, the Adelaide Crows, and getting to know Formula One driver Ayrton Senna covering the Australian Grand Prix in Adelaide. They're really fond memories.
Sport has always been his passion.
What a race. And it's on this track in Sydney that Kathy Freeman will make another quest for gold in the 400 metres. The triumphs and losses in sport, I find them enthralling. And I really love being a storyteller and bringing those stories to the masses.
He was of the vintage when journos bashed out their script on primitive computers.
I started in this industry very young and I've seen so many changes over the decades, both behind the scenes and also in front of the camera. But today, I'm still as passionate as I was on day one.
In 2016, the Titmuses made the move north to sunny Queensland.
So how much is this tank worth? Auctioneers have more than $200,000 in their sights.
And now on the Gold Coast.
I'm in my prime and I've still got many more years left in me. I like to always think that the best of me is yet to come.
Where it sounds like we're stuck with him for a while yet. Oh, Steve, you haven't changed a bit. But gosh, TV has, though.
Oh, it had. The biggest thing is that we didn't have mobile phones when I started, so you actually had to go out and meet people face to face. And the thing is, though, I got to meet so many great people over the years. That's been the best part.
You've landed, and we're all the better for it.
Absolutely. You're not going to get rid of me just yet.
Not
so
just
bad luck. We'll take a break. Still to come, a 14-year-old girl has told police she was assaulted while trick-or-treating. Details after the break.
Plus, just when you thought you'd seen it all, thieves steal turf. And how you can watch Aussie-made flicks on demand for less than $1 a month.
In 7 News, why these seniors are getting right out of their comfort zone.
Doing things they've never done before.
And it's all part of breakthrough research.
We're examining horse blood.
Tackling the disease that's set to double.
It's never too early to start thinking about risk factors.
Advice to improve your outlook on 7 News at 6.
A 14-year-old girl is shaken up after she was assaulted in Oxenford while trick-or-treating. The teenager told police she was walking on her own just after 7 when she was approached by a group who demanded she hand over her bag. She refused, so they beat her and took the lollies anyway. Police are investigating, but no arrests have yet been made.
In Burleigh Waters, there was a bit of mischief last night. Video has emerged in a local Facebook group of 2 young men walking up to one family's house, stealing and moving the kids' decorations. The owner says they've reported the incident to police.
On a happier note, a movie world was transformed into a spine-tingling festival of fear for the final night of Fright Nights. Fire twirlers put on a show while spooky characters lurked in the shadows. Back on the streets, humans weren't the only ones who got into the spirit. In Palm Beach, a horse was spotted dressed as a ghost. Thieves have stolen a strip of turf from a roundabout in Upper Coomera. Deputy Mayor Donna Gates is outraged. She says it will be replaced, but everyone should be angry because it comes at a cost to the ratepayer.
Well, there's a new major player in the local film industry. A Gold Coast movie maker is about to launch his own streaming service to rival Netflix and Amazon, showcasing Aussie-made productions for less than $1 a month. A sprawling Tallabudgera Valley mansion, which was for a short time home to George Clooney, today the scene of more movie-making magic.
Are you going to buy it or not?
The property generously loaned by agent Lucy Cole to help launch Australia's answer to Netflix. Movie Sense goes online tomorrow, a new affordable streaming platform made on the Gold Coast as a home for Aussie-made flicks.
There was a massive need there, so hopefully, instead of just falling off the table, they've got somewhere to fall off too.
It's the creation of Gold Coast director Mac Linden, who's about to premiere his own film.
And action!
Rise of the Underdog is a movie about the making of a movie, his first film, Rise.
The movie maker.
Yes, mate. Yep.
A story about Mac's own ordeal. He spent almost 2 years behind bars, accused of a violent crime he was later acquitted of.
So many questions were asked to me. Mac, how did you do it? You hadn't been to film school. And I thought, you know what? I'm not going to answer that question again. I'm going to go make a movie about how I made it.
Both films will stream on Movie Sense, where you can take your pick of a growing list of independent productions.
Soul food for 99 cents a month. So it's only $11 a year. It's not even the price of a movie ticket.
And will include a new Mac Linden film every year made right here on the Gold Coast. Well, now to a heartwarming reunion in Coolangatta today. A family posting to the local Facebook page saying they woke up to see their gate was open and their dog was missing. A short time later, another local hero posted a video of the same dog spotted wandering from Kira to Coolangatta. The woman eventually had to leave, but it was enough for the owners to track down their beloved Iggy. And Iggy is safely back at home now, all thanks to the power of social media. Does have some good qualities. Sally Pearson's here now with sport.
Sal, the Queensland PGA, it's underway.
Yes, and a Gold Coaster is taking it right up to Cam Smith, guys. Hello, everyone. Coming up, the teenagers' opening round. And we speak to an NFL great who's come to the Gold Coast.
In 7 News, the southeast on storm watch again after giant hail hit hard. Queensland's new ministers sworn in, the surprise appointments. Pay rises for Aussie workers, who's set to cash in. The seniors driving a dementia breakthrough and the new high-tech way to shop in-store. 7 News at 6.
Gold Coast amateur Billy Dowling is one stroke off the lead in the second round of the Queensland PGA Championship in Nudgee. The 19-year-old is currently sitting at 9 under ahead of former Masters champion Cameron Smith.
I felt like I played pretty solid. I didn't make too many huge mistakes out there. The 11th, I think, was my only drop shot of the day.
If he maintains his form, he has a chance to win in the back 36 holes. The Gold Coast is fast becoming the Aussie home of American gridiron. Today, hosting the National Flag Football Championships, teams vied for their chance to represent their country as an NFL great watched from the sidelines.
Swapping out tries for touchdowns. A different kind of football at the Royal Pines. The best teams from around the country competing in the Flag Football National Championships, the non-contact version of American gridiron. The winners will head to Florida to represent Australia. Marshawn Lynch, one of the greatest running backs of all time, was in town to watch.
I was starting them young, just give them the opportunity to, to grow with the sport. And considering it will be an Olympic sport.
Although retired and a reputation for running through people, he thinks he could give this a go.
To be honest with you, I really don't know, but it looked like it's fun to play, so I would give it a try though.
The 38-year-old, well known for his love for Skittles, didn't want to try out, but these kids did. That's what the event was all about.
It's exciting, I get to play with my friends.
So much about NFL, just having fun and doing all the good stuff.
Next year, the NFL will be opening its first Australian academy here on the Gold Coast to coach the next generation of gridiron stars.
The NFL in Australia is getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and this is going to be a massive part of the continued growth.
Sam Payne, 7 News.
A Mermaid Waters Tavern has transformed into a boxing ring for the Pan Pacific Masters Games. The competition was fierce for round one today. The first match won by Brisbane boxer Brendan Heim.
The red corner, let's look for Brendan Heim. First 10-15 seconds is usually pretty intense, but once you calm down and you relax and you start to listen to your coaches, it all sort of fits into place.
15,000 athletes are taking part in the competition, and I'm sure we would take those Skittles at Sam Payne.
She was very upset about that. Thanks, Al. Coming up after the break, Michelle will have all the weekend weather details. Sarah Greenhalgh is here now with the top stories just ahead in the news at 6.
Steve, coming up, Queensland's new ministry sworn in, the Premier's surprise appointments in a major shake-up. Australians caught up in the Spain flood disaster, a teacher's heroic efforts in the face of danger. The shocking act that's landed a rideshare driver in trouble. Millions of dollars in pay rises starting today. The new laws explained and who's set to cash in. The Queensland seniors driving a dementia breakthrough and the new high-tech way to shop in-store. See you at 6.
Thanks, Sarah. Weather check now, Michelle. Could we see more storms?
Amanda, it remains possible again tonight, though the coast dodged the worst of the southeast storms this afternoon. But all the ingredients are here with the heat and humidity hanging around today. It was a sprint to the maximum. The coast reached a top of 27 degrees before 10:30 this morning. Across the coast today, Burleigh Heads and Coolangatta also shared that top of 27, and it was warmest on the northern end with 32 degrees at Yatala and Coomera. On the satellite, a trough weakened rapidly this morning, disappearing off the maps here, leaving plenty of rain behind it though, with the bulk of it north of the Gold Coast. Tomorrow, the main feature at play is a high pressure system moving into the Tasman Sea, and we can expect more stable conditions in the days ahead. If you're taking the boat out tomorrow, south to southeasterly winds at 10 to 15 knots, tending east to southeasterly and reaching 20 knots, with seas increasing to 1.5 metres during the morning. On the Gold Coast tomorrow, there's the chance of showers for most of the day, though skies should clear by the evening. We're expecting a shower or two for Burleigh Heads, Coolangatta, Nerang and Robina, and temperatures are looking a degree or two cooler by the water. In Surfers Paradise, 17 to 26 degrees with a possible shower, most likely in the late morning and afternoon. And looking ahead, it is a run of partly cloudy days, 27 the top there on Sunday, then warming up from there to a top of 30 on Tuesday. Now for a look at the beach conditions, here's Nathan Five from Surf Lifesaving Queensland.
Nathan Fife here from Surf Life Saving Queensland with your weekend beach report. Saturday we're expecting around 1 to 2 foot of waves and a southeasterly wind around 10 to 15 knots. Sunday we're expecting around 2 foot of waves, wind from the northeast around the 5 to 10 knots. Best beaches for a surf this weekend will be the open beaches between the Seaway and Burleigh, but unfortunately it doesn't look like there will be much for a surf, so get out early and check it out. Safest beaches this weekend will be Miami and Broad Beach. And remember, if you are heading to the beach, the only place to swim is between those red and yellow flags and at patrol beaches. Enjoy the weekend. See you next week.
Yeah, good on you, Nathan. Thanks very much for that, and thank you for your company this evening.
We'll see you again on Monday at 5:30 from the team. Have a great weekend. Good night.